this matter, record. Who's not back? They're not back yet.
Okay, now she's back.
Everybody's back now. All right. Record should reflect you've had a rather extensive bench conference in this matter. I will set a preliminary examination in this matter without objection by stipulation of the parties to October 2nd, 2023. That's at 9 a.m. That's in person and that's before me. And this is to accommodate scheduling of witnesses and the like. So.
And Judge, I just want to put on the record that I am bringing the medical examiner in, so that was also based on his availability.
Correct. Okay. All right. Thank you. And bond will continue as denied in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
Judge.
Clerk calls the case. People versus Michael Kelly.
Good morning, Your Honor. Grace Broughton appearing on behalf of the people.
Zachary Ward on behalf of Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly, can you please state your name?
Michael Kelly.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we're requesting adjournment. We've received initial discovery. It's quite voluminous. We need time to review it and conduct investigations.
So you want an adjournment?
Yes, please. 3 weeks, maybe.
Well, any objection to October 10th? Not October 10th. I'm sorry, August 10th.
That works for the people, Your Honor.
August 10th, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond will continue. Thank you.
Judge.
All right, Mr. Kelly. You're welcome.
Let's call the case of the people versus Curtis Lopke.
Good morning, Assistant Attorney General Emmanuel Owusu-Coker, behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Maha Dan on behalf of Curtis Leopke. Mr. Leopke, if you could please unmute yourself and state your name.
Curtis Lepke.
Thank you.
What are we doing?
Your Honor, we were able to confirm with the Attorney General this morning that bond was received for this matter. So at this time, we would like to waive the preliminary examination and proceed to circuit court.
Mr. Lepke, is that correct, sir?
May I have more time to speak to my attorney, please?
Probable cause conference in this matter will be adjourned August 3rd, 2023, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court does call the case. People versus Martez Robinson.
Jessica Blanche, appearing on behalf of people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your staff. May it please this honorable court. My name is Todd Russell Perkins, P55623, appearing on behalf of Mr. Robinson.
Okay. Mr. Robbins, can you state your name, please?
Martez Robinson.
All right. What are we doing today?
Your Honor, we had adjourned this in order to get the additional discovery, which I did get. I have not had an opportunity to review it all because it might be some type of encryption on it, and I'll discuss that with APA Blanche. But at this time, Your Honor, we're ready to set a preliminary examination date. We also, second to that, is we also filed a motion for bond, and I believe the court had indicated that that would be argued in the afternoon the last time we were here.
Yeah, it would normally be argued in the afternoon, but I mean, I can't hear it right now. I can hear it today, but I cannot hear it this morning. Did we set this one?
Don't believe so. I think it's just set as it is right now.
Okay, well, what's my last block?
Our last block today is at 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock. Can they arrange to have the defendant at 2? They'll arrange to have the defendant at 2. So I'll hear the bond motion at 2. Counsel, at what time?
Our last block starts at 2 o'clock. So
Okay, so I'll hear it in the 2 o'clock block this afternoon. So did you want to wait until everything is scheduled, or I can schedule something now, or what do you want me to do, Mr. Perkins?
I'm really at the behest of the court, Your Honor. Since we have to be here this afternoon, we could set it at that time.
All right.
I'll defer to Ms. Blanche as far as
Clock. We'll hear your motion at that time, as well as anything else that needs to be done on the case. Okay?
okay,
Okay.
all right.
Thank you,
Thank you, Your
sir.
Honor.
That will be by Zoom at this point.
Thank you, Your Honor. Oh, the same link and password?
Yes, everything should be the same.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Court calls the case, People versus Kamu Carter.
Nimish Ganatra for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Calvin Hawthorne, appearing with and on behalf of Kamu Carter. Mr. Carter, will you please state your name?
Carter.
Okay, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we have been in discussions with the people to reach a global resolution. However, we are still awaiting new charges to be authorized, so we are requesting a 2-week adjournment.
2 weeks? 2 or 3? His other case, the other case before me that I think is all part of this, I can't recall what date I gave from my other docket, but
It was the second, Your Honor.
the 7th? That's
So
what I
second.
thought. Second.
Yes.
Okay, I could set it for the 3rd if you think you'll wrap it up, or I could set this for the 10th. Either way, what do you want me to do?
Let's go with the 10th, Mr. Ganatra. Is that?
All right.
Your Honor, I do have
Hang
one
on a second.
request.
Hang on 1 second.
He has two misdemeanor cases before us. One's on the second, one's on final settlement on the 11th.
Okay. He also has, if you're looking for a global resolution, he's got one before me on the 2nd. He also has another that's set for final settlement conference before me on the 11th. So, all right. And we'll try to figure out a date. Yes, Mr. Ganatra, you were saying something, sir.
Your Honor, I wanted to bring to the court's attention, you're aware of the child abuse case and the domestic violence case, because both of those matters are being prosecuted by my colleague, Caitlin Kirby, in your court.
Yes.
Ms. Kirby informed me yesterday afternoon that the defendant is still having phone calls with the victim on the DV case, telling her not to come to court and appear. At this point, I'm asking for this court to revoke his phone call privileges in the jail on all the cases.
Any response, Mr. Hawthorne?
Your Honor, I would ask that you admonish Mr. Carter to refrain from making any calls to the victim and allow him to make calls to our office for legal purposes.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Hey, with regard to the probable cause conference, I'm going to set this one right in between that. I'm going to adjourn this out to August 10th, 2023 at 9 a.m. With reference, so his bond on this will continue with reference to his phone privileges. You got it. I'll certainly have a hearing on it if, Mr. Hawthorne, you think it's required, but in the interim, because of the nature of the other 2 cases that I'm familiar with, I am going to revoke the defendant's phone privileges. If you wish to request a hearing on that, you may, but at this point, his phone privileges are hereby revoked. Right. Thank you.
Listen.
Court calls the case, People versus Joshua Snyder.
Good morning, Your Honor. Maria Rosinski on behalf of the people, seeking permission to practice pursuant to Michigan Court Rule 8.120 under the supervision of Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Laura Willenbring.
I hear that in my sleep. Permission to practice is granted.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning, Your Honor. Mike Gaddy, Assistant Public Defender on behalf of Mr. Snyder, on behalf of Joshua Snyder.
Joshua Snyder, state your name, please.
Joshua Snyder here for the record.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I have discussed this matter with Ms. Willenbring and Joshua Snyder. There's some matters in the circuit court. I believe there's no pending offer here, but we'd like to waive Joshua Snyder would like to waive the preliminary examination and see if we can't do something globally in the circuit court.
Got it. My up judge is Slay. Is that a correct statement?
Yes.
You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people would have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
Yes.
You understand you'll not have that hearing and you'll proceed to circuit court for further resolution.
Yes, sir.
All right. People also waive their right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court on counts 1, 2, 3 with 4 following. Mr. Gaddy.
Your Honor, in terms of arraignment on the information, we'd waive reading, stand mute, ask for a pretrial to be set.
Defendant having waived formal reading, standing mute, court will enter a not guilty plea as to all 4 counts. Pretrial will be set for
August 28th at 1:30 with Judge Slay.
August 28, 2023, 1:30 before Judge Slay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Bond will continue.
Your Honor, if I could be heard briefly on bond.
You may.
He has a personal bond right now. He's being held in the circuit court matters. Joshua Snyder is being held in the circuit court matters. I believe on remand. If we could have a nominal bond in this matter with a release to treatment, which is what Judge Slay had ordered on the other one, perhaps he would be acquiring time. I think he's been in 90 days. It looks like waiting here without credit.
Reduce the bond in this case. I'll make it a 5,000, 10% bond. As to the release to treatment, now that this case has gone up to Judge Slay, that can all be done at once at that point. Because it'll be her case.
I believe she's ordered it on the probation matters, Judge. I just don't want this matter between now and August to prohibit Joshua from going to treatment.
Maybe released to treatment on PR.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Court calls the case of the people versus Christopher Austin.
Alexander on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sam Bernstein with and on behalf of Mr. Austin. Mr. Austin, could you please start your video and state your name for the court?
Christopher Austin.
Thank you.
Your Honor, we are going to be waiving the preliminary examination in both matters and going to circuit court.
Mr. Austin, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand that a preliminary examination is a proceeding where the people have to show by probable cause that the offenses alleged were committed and that you committed them.
Yes, sir.
You understand you'll not have that hearing and you'll proceed to circuit court for further proceedings.
Yes, sir.
People also waive the right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Preliminary examination having been waived, defendant is bound over to circuit court in case ending in 1276 on the single count and in the other matter on counts 1 through 4 with 5 following. Mr. Bernstein.
Your Honor, we ask the court to waive further reading and enter a not guilty plea.
Defendant having waived formal reading, pleading further reading, pleading not guilty, court will enter a not guilty plea as to all 6 counts. Pretrial will be set for
At 1:30 with Judge County.
Yes. Said August 29th.
Yes.
August 29th, 2023, 1:30 before Judge County. Bond will continue.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yep. You do the same.